This Sports Flash was sponsored by My Dad Has a Podcast by host Levi Finn. Coming up next, it's Locked Up Sports.
Everybody, this is Don LaGreca from the Michael K. Show. When it comes to talking sports, Bob Walters and Brett Grasso are the authority.
Grounded up the middle, does it get through? Yes, it does. Here comes Connor Falefa. It's a walk-off RBI single for Josh Donaldson. His first game as a Yankee, and the Yankees win 6-5, and the celebration begins.
He took a home run away from Roland, trying to get back to first Edmonds. He's doubled off, and the inning is over. Andy Chavez saved the day. Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied. Bing bong. Anthony for three. Puts it in. Knicks by one with 8.2 remaining. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
They take the Giants to the Super Bowl. Snap is good. Kick on its way. Engelbert, does it have the distance? It is good. Lawrence Tynes has kicked the Giants to the Super Bowl.
The Giants have won the Super Bowl. Can't wait.
When it comes to talking sports, they're the authority. It's Bob Walters and Brett Grasso. It's Locked Up Sports, and it starts now.
Bring them out, bring them out, hey. Bring them out, bring them out, yeah. Bring them out, bring them out, hey. Bring them out.
Here we go! Bob Walters, Brett Grasso, Locked Up Sports, opening day baseball, Masters weekend, NCAA tournament just finished up this week. We got a whole lot to talk about. We got comments from our listeners, not our viewers yet. Again, we had not signed the contract deal, just like Judge. Brett, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Love this. Opening day baseball. Max Scherzer on the mound today. I even watched a whole Yankees game today.
Wow, the whole game?
Yeah. Well, I was watching like Tiger at the same time, but the Yankees.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, baseball is back. It's a beautiful thing. It's great to watch some real baseball that counts. None of this spring training, which I've told you I don't like. I'm not into the spring training. Mets, we got Apple TV Plus on right now.
Don't get me started with the Apple. I just watched this whole game on Apple TV, and it was the worst.
It was a
Mets
bad broadcast
experience I've had in a long time. And I was really excited for like the pregame with Max Scherzer and SNY and a really good thing going. And I got some random Apple TV broadcasts with people I've never heard of. They have no idea what they're talking about.
It wasn't good. It wasn't a good broadcast. I mean, listen, it takes a little while to get things meshed together. Not everything meshes together.
There was no pregame show.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
And then SNY didn't do a pregame show.
Not everything meshes together like our show meshed together right away.
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen like that. We had magic right away, so bam. Scherzer gave you a regular 6 innings. He gave you 6 strikeouts. He gave up 3 runs. He gave up a 2-run homer that tied it. But the Mets, they're hitting. You had yesterday, the opening day, which always a Mets win. Mets are 40 wins, 40 and I believe, 20, 29, something like that.
But it was Tyler McGill.
Tyler McGill got the win.
And listen, he looked good.
They could have thrown Anthony Young, and the Mets are going to win on opening day.
He's the new number 1. He's in.
I can
tell you, he's starting in,
2 days ago, any Met fan would have paid Robbie Cano's ticket out of town. And, he had yesterday he had the rally starter with the play that warms every baseball fan's heart, the bunt to the third base side on the shift. Everybody loves that. Why does he bunt?
Last year you're going to see it.
He did it. He did it. It got the rally going tonight. He had a 2-run single, a big 2-run single that really put the Mets.
You know what I like
ahead.
about that is it forces them to just play straight up, and then you can start just trying to hit balls hard.
Yeah, that's exactly what it makes them.
They did.
It keeps them honest.
They just, and now today they were playing Robbie Cano straight up, or at least shifting a little bit over like they always would, but protecting the bunt. And at the same time, he was able to step up and, hit the ball a little bit harder and have some holes.
We're both Met fans, and we apologize, Yankee fans. We actually planned on starting the show with the Yankees.
It didn't even work out.
It didn't even work out. We didn't even make it 3 seconds because we're watching the Mets highlights as they're in a rain delay. But let's get to the Yankees. Yankees opening day, big win today for the Yankees. They came out. It's against the Red Sox. It's always a big game against the Red Sox. The place was jumping. They had their new shiny toy get the game-winning hit.
Yeah.
And, they pitched well. They played, it was a Yankee Red Sox game. I didn't see it because I was at work.
Well, listen, it
last 7 hours like every other Red Sox Yankees game?
Yeah, it dragged. It just dragged because it was a Yankees game, but, that's because I don't like watching them. But honestly, the guys they needed to performed. Rizzo, Stanton, LeMahieu came up with a huge home run in the 8th.
Yeah, that tied the game. And then they fell behind again in the 11th.
They fell behind in the 10th. They were down by 2 in the 10th and held it together enough and then put together a good rally where they honestly should have probably won it in the 10th. But then went ahead and held the Red Sox in the 11th. And, at that point, Donaldson steps up, walk-off single up the middle, and, Khalifa comes around, and there you go.
I mean, it was kind of a C&I single, right? They both dove. The shortstop and second baseman got right through. Now, I'm going to be honest. I didn't see a lick of this game. I saw the highlights. I've seen it. I've listened to it. I've read a little bit about it. I was actually getting updates from an inmate at Rikers Island throughout the game who was listening to it on the radio. I've been
and me. I was shooting.
You were, but I don't have
Tiger updates.
I didn't have my phone because I'm not allowed to have my phone, so I didn't get those till after.
Yeah, of course.
Now, we apologize for last night.
Oh yeah. Listen. By the way, it's Friday.
We were fighting crime. I was fighting crime, so I couldn't make it.
I got stuck at work too,
and it was crap. I wasn't driving out here at midnight or 11 o'clock, to do this show as much as I love doing it. So anyway, back to the opening day baseball. It's great. We got baseball.
Well, how about Garrett Cole? First of all, he, the Yankees went out and won today, and that was good, but he didn't come out and pitch lights out, which, listen, it's the first game of the year, and you're only going to get so much with 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, let up a homer, had 3 strikeouts, but...
Yeah, but he didn't pitch well, but it's early.
No, but that's the same thing. You look even like, Scherzer tonight, and he let up some home runs and gave up a couple...
Now, today was a relatively warm day. It wasn't cold, but you get these cold nights where it favors the pitchers.
Yeah.
Because, the bat hurts. You get it off the end of the bat. We all know we play with metal bats are the worst. They're much worse than wood. But baseball's a miserable game to play when it's cold. And it's cold in April.
I don't think that's true that metal bats are worse. I think you're totally wrong.
No, metal bats are worse. It vibrates.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't think you're right.
No, I'm going to look that up because
someone please help us out that would know better.
And then we had the Masters, which we're going to get all the way into the Masters.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah, Tiger, he fell apart a little bit today early. He had a good day yesterday.
His leg or him?
Well, I don't even know if his leg's on there.
Well, listen, the guy made it through a round of golf.
Yes, it's amazing that he's even playing. But he's Tiger Woods. He said himself.
If we played 4 rounds of golf in a row right now, how would you be at the end? Like right now, if we walked the course at Augusta 4 times right now.
We're not carrying the bags, right?
I'll give you you don't have to carry your bag.
I'd be top 10.
You're walking.
I'd be top 10 on this tournament. I'd be top 10.
Yeah, you'd be in the hospital.
No, we wouldn't even make it through. We'd be shooting 150 in Augusta. It
is a lot more walking left than right.
So Tiger is, he fell apart early. He salvaged the round. He's not going to win this thing. He says he's in contention. He's not going to win this thing. He's what, 6 back, I guess, right? Is he 6 back, 6, 7 back?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So
6 back.
Who's the leader is
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler, the
guy who's been running
the leader
around
of every tournament.
Well, listen, we talked about him on here a couple times, and it's really about that he's been winning tournaments. This is his year. All of a sudden, this guy's winning tournaments. He's always been a good golfer, but the only reason I knew about him is because a friend of ours started putting his money on Scotty Scheffler to win tournaments, and
he looks like him.
He looks just like him. He does, and that's and. Listen, if that's how it works, and all of a sudden the guy's
you cash
hot.
at golf tournaments, you win at money.
That's what. Well,
big money,
big odds on them. Yeah, we were going through the odds for. First of all, we were talking about Tiger last week, and the odds for him to make the cut.
He made the cut,
and he makes us look like
fools.
He
made the cut rather easily.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, he made the cut by 3 strokes. I think the cut line was +4.
He did. No, he did.
Tiger's +1. He made the cut line. So but there was in the beginning. It looked like the whole thing was going to fall apart. He bogeyed the first 5 holes.
He had a terrible go.
But he hit some tiger shots.
His big one
approach
was
shots.
Yeah, his big one was right
14,
at the turn.
right?
Yeah, well, no, it was saving par earlier than that, and he had a long par save that he would have ended up, being down. I think, but at like +4 going, at the turn, and instead, sticking at +3 and then going and having he was pretty close to being 2 under today.
Yeah,
I'm talking like for the tournament. He was about he could have at least 3 strokes he left out there with short putts that he could have made, or even little chips that he dinked and left in the rough. But let me tell you, he was hitting most of his fairways. Besides his short game looked good. He was sticking it pretty close.
He stuck a couple. He hit one of his best shots, and then on I think what is it? Is it 17? What's the par 3?
16.
He hit it 25 yards over. It went 25 yards further than he thought he was going to go.
Oh, was it?
And it landed in the flowers beyond the green. I think it's 17.
Yeah.
But so that kind of threw the right. He had a chance to finish even par, maybe 1 under. He missed a couple putts early. That's the difference with Tiger. Tiger's a great putter. That's when he wins the tournaments, when he makes those 30-foot, 40-foot putts, and he's got the great approach shots.
Right.
So, he's playing well.
Yeah,
Listen,
and no, you're
the
wrong.
fact that he
you're
made-
wrong. It's 16.
16. I think I said 16 right off the bat.
No. You started with 17. I said
we'll
16. You pretended like you knew what you were talking about. But
Amen corner.
But yeah, no. But he listen. He put it right there. He put it right up on the shelf. Dropped it right down there
Because it was a back right tee pin placement.
Yeah.
And
he had it. And earlier, it was great, actually. Earlier in the day, not much earlier, Stuart Sink, older guy. Listen, probably doesn't have too many Masters left. He can keep playing.
Well, he can play as long as he wants. If you win he's a Masters champion, Stuart Sink.
Definitely.
So if you win the Masters, you get a lifetime exemption.
Yes, but again, he's not going to play 40 more.
no,
right?
No. He's not going to play 40
He's
more.
not going to play 40 more. So less than 40 left for Stuart Sink.
So, yes.
So anyway, he steps up, last to go in his group, okay? Now, on the bag is his son.
Okay.
All right?
That shows that it's getting... When your son is on your bag, you get near the end of your tournaments. But
right.
Go ahead.
Yes, because you only got less than 40 left. Guaranteed.
Yes. Go ahead, continue.
So, steps up, crushes one right up onto the bank, rolls down. But now, as soon as you hit it, they're the last guy. Everybody walks. So everybody's walking.
Yeah.
Everybody's walking. He's on the tee box, and he starts walking too, but he's back a couple paces, and it hits the bank, and it's coming down.
Oh, and it was rolling towards the hole?
It's trickling, but everybody's kind of just like, it's not going to go in, right? It's not gonna, and the crowd's building, and boom, it goes in. And his son drops the bag, turns, and huge bear hug, and he's like, can you believe? And he turns, you see him lit to his son. He's like, can you believe it?
A Masters moment.
Ah, totally.
I can't.
And they high five, double high five.
People get a little outrageous. No. Listen, that's a great moment.
He's only got less than 40 Masters left.
It looks like they're taking the top off the field, so it looks like they're actually going to finish this game.
At the Masters?
I can't, no, at the Mets, at
good.
Nationals Park. I
Can't
can't imagine.
It's a huge,
Nobody's going
huge
to be
tarp.
there. The Nationals are terrible, by the way. The Mets should sweep this. Good teams, now I know you say win 3 out of 4. You'd be happy with 3 out of 4, but good teams sweep series like this. They're basically a minor league team at this point. Besides Soto, they have nobody. They're going to win 65 games this year, the Nationals. They're far and away.
The Mets have played 15 innings. Nobody knows what you are.
No, the Nationals are. You could tell. The bad teams in baseball.
I understand, but not the beginning of the year. You don't know how a pitcher's going to be. Guys just come out and hit. Teams aren't like that.
I disagree. I disagree 1,000% because you know what everybody's going to hit. Everybody hits within 20 points of their batting. With very few exceptions, everybody hits about 20 points within their batting average. Pitchers.
I do, but I think early in the seasons, more than anything, you're going to get a lot more bullpen games. You're going to get shorter stints by pitchers. You're going to get guys who, I don't know, you're just not prepared to hit as well. So there's going to be a lot more closer games and teams that later in the year aren't going to be able to produce offensively or have injured guys or the bullpens that aren't as deep aren't ready. Right now, they're ready.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And like I said, the cold weather favors.
But we're going to sweep. We're going to sweep the Nats. Bottom line, so we need to sweep the Nats. These are the series you have to win all year.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do in baseball. You got to win the games you're supposed to win.
Yeah,
they're not it's not a terribly hard division the Mets are in. It's
what games you have to win.
Braves.
You got to win when Scherzer pitches. It doesn't mean he has to get the win. you got to win.
Yeah,
like
he's
today
not
with the
gonna get the
Yankees,
win.
Garrett Cole pitched.
He didn't get the win.
No, but Garrett Cole pitched. You got to get the win. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it's not about it's not for.
Yankees should have lost that game. The Red Sox blew leads in the 8th inning. They blew lead in the 10th
that
inning.
shows the Yankees kept coming back, and they were, listen, they got the firepower. Like, and listen, and Donaldson, watched him today. I was like, all right, like I can see why they picked up Donaldson. I don't like obviously his contract and all the other stuff that comes with it. And you look at defensively now they have a catcher who's much better. Where I didn't realize how bad Gary Sanchez was.
I
didn't realize until I just saw the numbers today of how
Awful.
Awful. He was whatever it was for stolen bases and how many runs were given up due to Gary Sanchez letting runners move on and then base hits, and it was something plus whatever where everybody else is.
Yeah, he was.
I
I told you that.
Yeah,
you were reading off this thing going, oh, he was all right. The Yankee fan.
No.
Gary Sanchez was garbage. He did big home runs. He was streaky.
Yeah.
Like I said, he'd have a month where he
I
couldn't
was
miss.
more that I didn't like Donaldson coming in. But looking at Donaldson, I mean today, and he had had nothing to do with his hit today, but that, when you add him to the other guys, if they're in the lineup, and you look at Stanton, and you look at Judge, and, LeMahieu and Gallo, and those guys can hit, man. Well, and it's going to be very hard to have everybody have an off day every day.
It was a Yankees Red Sox game. It took. I didn't look at the length of the game, but I'm sure it was 3.5 hours at least. Okay.
Yeah.
It was, back and forth. Just like it wasn't 11-9 or 13-10 like a lot of those games end up. The Sunday night games. For some reason, when the Yankees play the Red Sox Sunday night, the game ends at 12:30 at night.
Oh,
it's 11-8 or 13-6 or it's some ridiculous low-scoring football. It's a low-scoring football game.
That's good because then you can go to sleep. When it's a bad game. You don't want 2-1 a pitcher's duel and you're into it.
Yeah, well,
because then you're awake. At least it's shorter. But
Brett, as a sports fan, you should know you can't go. I mean, look, how many people do you think went to sleep on the national championship game?
It's 14-2 in a Sunday night game at midnight. I'm going to sleep.
Yankee Red Sox games are very rarely 14-2. I mean. But hey, listen.
I'll catch
but
that
the Red Sox now. We'll go. Let's get a little bit into the Red Sox just real quick because I have Red Sox fans in my family. My cousin Jay is a big Red Sox fan, diehard. He's also a Giants fan, so I mean he's got it rough. Red Sox blew some leads, and the Red Sox I think could win this division. They're not a great team. Toronto is obviously. I told you I'm not buying into Toronto until I see it happen. I know I got grief last time from a couple people when I said. They were average last year. They won 92. They won 90 games or whatever it was. They won. But listen, Toronto. It's going to be Yankees, Red Sox. It's going to be the Rays.
I don't think so.
It's going to be.
I don't think so.
No, you said you had Toronto.
I listen. We're gonna be talking about this in 3 weeks, and we're gonna have some teams that
it's a long season. I mean,
I know
we love it, and you go day by day. If you go day by day with baseball, you drive yourself crazy. You'll end up just driving yourself crazy going day by day.
And it is. And it comes down to you look at the Mets already. It's going to be guys who are injured. If all these guys, it's great. We all know what the outcomes are going to be based on if everybody stays healthy and all these teams have everybody that's on there and they all produce but that's not how it's going to work.
No.
Half these guys are going to get injured. You're going to get it moved into other spots.
It's a long season, and now it's finally.
And now it's just there's a bigger playoff thing, so it's not it's what happened now is that's diluted down what the regular season even means, and that's why for some us to freak out about Jacob deGrom and say, oh, the only thing that everybody's freaking out about is we don't get to watch him. Yeah, nobody's freaking out that if he's healthy, I could care less if Jacob deGrom doesn't pitch the next 3 months. If the Mets are in the playoffs and he's perfectly healthy, he can pitch every fifth day in the playoffs.
And we got to touch on that because that happened right after our show last week.
Yes.
Was deGrom. Listen, I don't know what to say about deGrom. It kills me that this is happening to him. Now it's looking. At first, it was going to be a couple weeks. Now they're saying end of June. You're looking at All-Star break.
Yeah,
after the All-Star,
it's what? It's a 4 weeks. Let's reassess. That means 4 weeks minimum to a 4-week build-up period. So your minimum, I'd say, you're 2 months. You're 2 to 3 months before you see Jacob deGrom coming anywhere.
Here's what they're going to start saying in May, late May. You're going to say, well, do the Mets have to make a trade to pick up somebody? No, because Jacob deGrom is going to be coming back around. That's he's going to be the trade deadline pickup for the Mets without making a deal. It's going to be one of those deals. You know that's coming, Brett. You know it is.
Honestly, we have too many guys right now that we don't know what to do with.
They'll end up making deals. But
No,
I mean,
there's other. We almost traded Dom Smith this week for Eric Hosmer or whatever it was, and I think that would have been we would have looked back on that deal in years. And Dom Smith, I understand people are like, oh, okay, he could be good. He could. I think if you let him play every day, Dom Smith is going to go crush it in San Diego.
Well, he's going to end up demanding it. If he doesn't get playing time, he's already voiced his pleasure. Hey, I want to play every day. I want to play every day. Maybe New York isn't the spot for me if I can't play every day. So
he came back after and backtracked the next day.
But because somebody talked to him and he realized the trade didn't go through. I think he thought he was going to get traded, and he's like,
what?
Let's
and he's trying to push it. Yeah, he was trying to push it like he was had some kind of he thought he was James Harden coming out. He was like, listen, man, we're not even sure if you're the third DH this year.
James Harden, I mean, he's certainly not James Harden. He's actually up at the plate right now. I think it's his first at bat. They're not going to win him over by throwing him in 6-3 games pinch hitting after an hour rain delay.
If you let that hanging curveball go by a couple more times, you're not going to get too many at bats.
So the Apple TV thing, they do this weird thing in the bottom right corner where it's like percentages of something that possibly might happen. Yeah. And listen, before we preface this, I'm going to say, I'm not someone who's against female broadcasters. I think Doris Burke is one of the best out there I have no issue watching a basketball game with Doris Burke or a college football game. One of the best. These girls are awful, Brett.
Yeah.
They're awful. I mean, they're just bad broadcasters. And what did you tell me they said? Because I was on the way here about her doing a fall league game.
She was like, I was practicing for this, and I was doing a fall league game this year. I think so it sounds like they were prepping for it, but they really just have no idea anything about the Mets or the Nationals, and there's just no flow to it. They have really no idea.
Now you say they don't know anything. Do you now?
No.
A lot of people hate Joe Buck because they say, "Oh, he hates my team," and he doesn't hate any team. Joe Buck doesn't root for anybody. He's rooting for a good game. He just wants you to keep listening. But people think they hate it because you're used to your broadcasters. Gary, Keith, and Ron are homers.
You know what it is? When you listen to Gary, Keith, and Ron, or the radio broadcast, which is what I was listening to today, and had it muted, probably was delayed by a little bit, but you hear all the stuff of what a guy likes or what his tendencies might be or what the next play could be or how he played last year. And these people have no idea about these guys past or present or anything. They know about what the guy's social media is. And they're talking about the most random thing. They're like, oh, and they're like, Lindor got married this year, and they're going through stats of
marriage.
Yeah.
Players.
And they came out and they go, oh, we got Juan Soto. This is actually what happened. They go, oh, we got Juan Soto here. And what do you got to say, Juan? He goes, can Apple send us Apple products? No, he goes,
really?
Send us all. We all want 4K TVs. No, now later in the broadcast, Apple just got back. They're sending the Nationals 4K TVs tomorrow. And I was like, Juan Soto's there. Great interview. Best hitter in all of baseball. Probably the youngest, most unbelievable guy coming up.
Did you ever hear of a
guy?
They
were like, can we get you some Apple TVs?
Mike Trout? Did you ever hear a guy named Mike Trout?
Yeah.
Because he's the best hitter. He's the best player.
Yeah,
but anyway,
on a team.
I think Apple made a mistake doing this. Baseball's not it's not a national sport.
Juan Soto's the best hitter in baseball.
He's not better than Mike Trout.
Just watch over the next 10 years. Juan Soto is going to be a much, much better hitter, all-around baseball player.
Right. Hold on.
Mike Trout, Juan Soto.
Mike Trout is
I understand. I do.
Like Mickey Mantle, level.
He's going to keep putting up great regular season numbers, and I don't know. He's going to keep missing the playoffs like the Angels do. First round and out.
You got to stick with that because I'll just let you. If you want to embarrass yourself here, Brett,
Juan Soto.
I'll push away from the table. You can embarrass yourself saying Juan Soto is better than Mike Trout. You take Juan Soto? You take
That's at the plate right now versus anybody. I'll take Juan Soto.
We were going to do a little thing about LeBron, and we were going to throw Jordan in there, and that's at least comparable.
Oh my
Juan
God!
Soto's not comparable. But
yeah.
But anyway, I think the Apple it's a bad thing. Also, you had to pay money. Brett had to buy it today. He didn't have Apple TV Plus, but not everybody does. So you had to buy it, which is not a big deal. It's what is it, $8 a month or whatever it costs you. The problem is
free trial, canceling it. Free trial 7 days. Free trial 7 days. Canceled. And I actually do it. Like people don't. I'm canceling it.
Well, you can't. I mean,
no way.
I don't think it's a good deal. Now,
No, I'm just
Amazon with the
kidding.
football, people are going to watch football. If it's Vikings, Bucks, or Vikings,
Yeah.
Packers,
Yeah.
Thursday night, you're watching it because the game's on. You're not watching.
Yeah, well, they just bought 1/17th a slice of that season.
You're not watching.
This is 160. Like it's only one out of. It's not even that good of a game. Like you were saying earlier. Like
nobody's
who
watching this
cares?
game.
Yeah, no. Besides for New York
And Washington. And Washington fans probably aren't. They know that.
And even in New York, it's only 10% of New York fans.
Although-
The other 90% are Yankees fans.
Yeah. And you know what? Washington was watching it because it was Scherzer's return.
And there's only 12 Washington fans.
There's about 12 people in the ballpark right now.
Those are Mets fans.
Mets are looking to add on. They're up 6-3.
Well, there's a rain delay in the top of the ninth. Who's going to stay at the ballpark? Rain delay in the Matt, what are you going to do? You going to stick it out? We always stay till the last pitch, Dad.
Yeah, that's what we
My
used to
God,
do.
and you're going to suffer for 3 hours.
We used to
through the
make your
rain.
dad sit outside behind the bullpen at Shea Stadium to watch
did.
the players drive out to get
they
autographs.
but they would come out. We get autographs, and we'd hang out after. We'd actually come out.
Howard Johnson ran over my foot.
He did.
Ran over my foot. And I didn't
Should've
even
got.
sue him because I'm not a litigious type of person like that. I'm not a jerk like that.
It's because it was 1988.
So we want to thank everybody who sent in the voicemails, Brett.
Oh yeah,
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I think it's a great. It's
I know some people had a little trouble getting them on there, but
yeah. It worked. It worked though.
we got a bunch. No,
We got them. We're gonna play a couple in a minute for you. What do you want to go to now? You know what? Who had a big win tonight? The Nets had a big win. We're gonna get into that real quick because we got the basketball. The playoffs are coming up. The NHL's playing well. We're gonna get to the Rangers in a second. The Nets are now in 7th place. It gets them into the. They don't have to win both games in the play-in tournament.
Right.
They could just win 1 out of 2.
Right. So no, but first of all, they're in the play-in tournament. They're not just going to the playoffs.
No, they're in the
We're
play-in
talking-
tournament. You're right.
Yeah.
But you don't consider that the playoffs? Yeah, I guess that's not the play. I don't consider the first 4 into the NCAA tournament.
No, you have to go win. Like they have to go win a game.
To get in. They have to win a game.
It's like the baseball thing where you're like kind of like, oh no, we made the playoffs. Let's go hang the banner, and you were in like the like wild card play-in.
I
They're like,
consider
hang
that
that
in the
banner.
playoff. The
Do
wild,
you hang that one?
Oh, the wild. Yeah, it's a new thing this year. I
Go
don't know.
hang it.
No, you don't
hang the banner.
I don't want to
raise
hang
the
banner.
flag.
Give them rings.
We're the
Give 'em rings.
14th person out.
So the Nets with a big win tonight. They beat the Cavs. Durant, big game, 36 points. We were watching the baseball. I was driving here. I've worked like 30 hours in the last 2 days. So I haven't seen too much of it, but that's a big win. The Knicks are playing well all of a sudden. They had a big game against the Nets. They could have really blew it for the Nets the other night, and they had a 20-point lead.
I thought, you know what's funny? That's happened so many times. I thought that was a replay of another game. And I saw it came by. I was like, oh, that's funny. It was like I was passing through. It was like
Durant and Kyrie went off in the fourth quarter, and you turn around. They were down 15. You turn around, they're up 10, and the game's over. So we're gonna get more into that next week. The following weeks as the playoffs go. Let's do quick. NCAA tournament.
First of all, no. Let's talk about the greatest basketball player of all time not making the playoffs this year. You're better than no. He's better than. I can't remember the other guy's
He's better
name.
than Jordan.
Oh yeah, I couldn't. That guy I always forget because
It's not a knock on Jordan if I say that LeBron's a better basketball player. LeBron plays all 5 positions.
No, you don't realize how like it's the biggest knock.
It's not the biggest knock.
It is,
and everybody takes it's first of all
there's a reason. Yeah,
LeBron plays all 5 positions. Okay, he's better. He might not have won all the titles, but Jordan would have never got that Cavs team. A couple of those Cavs teams that he put on his back to the finals.
Yeah. He would have got this Laker teams to the playoffs. He probably would have took them to the finals.
Listen, this Laker team is a huge disappointment. It's probably the biggest disappointment in sports all year, unless the Nets go out.
You on this show is the biggest disappointment in sports this year.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, but still.
Look, I thought I was pretty good. We have these outtake videos we're doing.
Yeah, no, everybody loves you.
I'm giving him a liberty-bibbity, you know.
So what is Jordan, like 3 or 4?
Well,
what is he on your
career,
list?
I think Wilt is probably better than Jordan,
good.
yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Wilt is better than Jordan. I didn't see Wilt play, so I'm not going to sit here and put Wilt ahead of him. But yeah, Wilt is better. Wilt is better than Jordan. Kareem is under Jordan.
Now, speaking of the Lakers, I've been watching this. Have you watched Winning Time? HBO?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
You got to watch it. It's so good. It's pretty good.
I heard
it's not like
it's like there's actors though, right?
Yes. No, it is actors.
Yeah, it's not like
John C. Reilly and like the guy, it gets into like this crazy stories I never heard of. of like how it all came about. No, it's like this. Like,
I heard there's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, no, it's like mob stuff, and it comes into like the UNLV gambling stuff, and they were supposed to have him as the coach.
Okay.
And yeah.
I want to. I'll watch it. I guess
Well,
I'll
you gotta watch it. Now we gotta talk about it.
But the Lakers are a huge disappointment. It's a lot of it's Russell Westbrook, and you're right. LeBron's being a baby. LeBron is not being the leader that he should be this year. But LeBron has done it over and over and over again. So many times. He's taken teams that shouldn't have made the playoffs. Mets score another run, 7-3. He's taken teams that shouldn't have made the playoffs to the finals. And then it's a detriment to him. People use that against him. Oh, he lost the finals.
Jordan would have won if he wanted to.
You know what?
Eight, I'd say 8 titles. Easy. Straight.
Jordan retired twice.
I understand. And still not debatable.
Oh, you don't even think it's debatable? That's ridiculous. It's definitely debatable.
You know what's funny? I don't think it's debatable with LeBron James. I think it's just something that you saw more of as an adult and watched like it go through the whole LeBron thing, and it's one thing when your eyes are on it as opposed to. And I know you saw Jordan because we saw Jordan, and that's honestly when I think I watched the most basketball in my life.
But with everybody with Jordan, it's the opposite. Here's what it is with Jordan: everything was better back in the day. The NBA was tougher. It was now look. It might have been a little more physical. The NBA is not a baby sport. You go down low in the NBA now, you're getting knocked around.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh, they don't let them. They're not like it used to be.
I just think there's different reasons of why it is. You know what I mean?
Here it is. Everything was better back in the day.
No, but if you're judging it based on who has the most titles, who has the most points, who has this, but is that what the GOAT is? Is the GOAT, or is the GOAT the guy who changed everything and turned it into what it is today? Because LeBron didn't do that. LeBron came in and did more of what Kobe did and more of what Jordan did. Nobody did what Jordan did before Jordan did. There's nobody else who's ever done that. And that's what it's changed. And the NBA didn't evolve into a little bit of Bird and a little bit of Magic and it evolved into Jordan.
No.
And it is. And no one, everybody that does it is got those skills of something like that.
Jordan came around at the perfect time. Before Jordan, a lot of the NBA Finals used to be on tape delay. It wasn't even a live thing.
Yeah.
The NBA Finals was tape delay, and then it exploded during the Jordan years. Now, was he the reason?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nike was probably a big reason. Nike threw him as the face of their thing.
A guy comes up right now, golfer, okay? Blows up the whole scene. Does very similar to what Tiger does, and does it right now. And puts up LeBron. He's the LeBron coming up after.
Better than Tiger.
Who's the greatest of all time? You're going to change Tiger?
Well, is Tiger better than Jack?
It's two different things.
It's not.
It is, because Jack is it's when you look at it, it is two different things.
Sports are different now, Brett. But back when Jack was playing, they weren't broadcasting every tournament. There wasn't
when Tiger started.
Follow Tiger. There wasn't Amen Corner and the ESPN.com.
They weren't doing that when Tiger started. And Tiger's the one who changed it. And you're right, they weren't doing it when Jack started. But guess what? They didn't finish it when Jack started. They didn't do it when Jack started. They did it when Tiger started because of one person, Tiger.
It's also, Tiger.
And when they look back, and when golf, no matter what, in 100 years, listen, we're not far removed from Jack. We're looking over it. Like, that's not long ago. Like, he was just playing.
No, he was playing 10 years.
You know what I mean?
10,
but in 200
years,
years, they're not going to say Jack. They're going to say Tiger. And in 200 years, I'm telling you, when they talk about the OG, who's the original, who's the guy who did it, who started it, they ain't going to talk about Wilt. They're going to talk about Jordan. And they're going to be wearing his shoes.
No,
and they're going to be wearing his shoes. They're not going to be wearing LeBron's. They're going to be wearing Jordans.
No, they're not.
And
they're going to be wearing whoever the new guy is.
Nope, they're going to be wearing Jordans. Forever. Telling you.
It's going to be like Bob. You don't think people said that about Bobby Jones? Bobby Jones he designed Augusta.
I'm telling you. Stuart Sink, 40 years from now, Masters, wearing Jordans.
Yeah, they'll be showing that shot he hit,
wearing
right?
Jordans.
Wearing Jordans in the
at the tee box. Now teeing off.
No, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong there. Listen, as far as basketball player, who's a bigger celebrity or a household name? First of all, they're both household names. Jordan's a bigger household name than LeBron. Yeah. All over the way. If you polled everybody in the world, more people would probably heard the name Jordan than LeBron.
Who would you rather hang out with?
I'd rather hang out with...
It's not even close.
Yeah, I'd rather hang out with Jordan.
It's not even close. It would be... You don't even want to hang out. It's just going to be you and Jordan at like a blackjack table in Atlantic City. And then, like, wherever the night goes from there, you don't even, like...
Here's where the night would go. You'd be playing dice in the back against Jordan, and he'd take the $30 or something that I have in my pocket.
That's fine.
And he'd be like, yo, can I pay that tomorrow? I gotta go. No. He'd be like, I'm gonna need it now.
LeBron, lost. You know what you'd be doing? You'd be, like, planting trees.
He'd
be like, we're going, and we're gonna go to, like, a children's hospital. And that's gonna be, like, your one day. It's fine. That's what you should be doing. But it's, like, your one day to hang. And he was like, no, we're going to take the bus.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But let's, hold on. Let's get, let's get into some of these voicemails. Which one you want to do? You want to do the golf one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get into
So we got, we did, in case you haven't heard, what the hell are you doing if you haven't heard? And if you're on the group, Facebook group, would you listen to the show, please? How many people do I talk to that say they don't listen to the show?
Yeah, they think it's just a group.
It's just a group. They think we just make this up. So here's one. I believe this is going to be from Ryan McGorty, I believe.
Oh, Ryan McGorty.
Yeah, a good friend of ours, Ryan McGorty.
Oh, what was this one on?
Tiger Woods.
Oh, okay.
Torrey Pines in 2008 when Tiger got around the course on 2 stress fractures and a torn ACL. And now this week, a year after a horrifying car accident, it's probably easy to say Tiger Woods is one of the toughest athletes on the planet.
You agree with that?
Toughest
I don't think any golf players
athletes on the planet.
Golf.
He did walk this week.
He has to walk.
He walked.
I mean, listen, it's amazing what he's doing.
Did you see him swing the club? He swung the club and he walked. And he's the toughest athlete on the planet.
Listen, it's a very tough thing.
Yeah. No, it is. Honestly, it's kind of ridiculous that he's even able to come play any type of golf, or get around any course. Because
his career was over.
We've all had this conversation right after the accident. Oh my God, is the guy ever going to walk again? And if you saw, have you seen any of the pictures of the recovery with the leg?
Yeah, it was a disaster.
It's insane. Like, it's crazy. And when you see that, like, and you start talking about the stuff he battled through and the infections and all the other stuff.
Just a couple of months ago when he was playing with his son, he couldn't really. He was he riding in the car? He had his son take a couple of the shots that it was supposed to be him taking, and the father son thing. So
it's no joke though. Like how the amount of stuff that he went through and to be able to do it. And I wasn't kidding before, and I was like, you think you can go walk Augusta for 4 days in a row?
No,
doing that and listen and not be like anybody sore at the end of the day or whatever. And now add to that having your legs shattered and everything else.
I love playing golf, and I refuse to walk.
No, I know.
No, I've never had like where it's like you have a nice caddy to carry the bag for you. Have you ever played with a caddy?
Yes.
Is it nice?
Oh, it is. It's really It is, but it's not nice because you're like, the guy's like, oh, and here you go, and it's going to be, 140 to the hole, and you just like totally duff it to the left.
3 feet.
Yeah, and it's
or you
like,
bounce it 3 feet.
Yeah, and the guy's like, oh no, that was, you gotta keep your elbow in. You're like, dude, I don't know any of that stuff. I just like swing hard or like less hard.
About a month ago, we went to Topgolf. For your birthday, actually.
Oh, this is great.
And it was an indoor thing.
No, it wasn't Topgolf.
Oh, it wasn't Topgolf.
It's this Birdies and Patchogue. Birdies
it's a golf.
It's like a golf simulator.
Are they going to pay us for that name drop?
Pay them. Let's get. We might owe them money.
Yeah, I think we do. But we went, and it was a golf simulator. The thing's like probably $50,000.
Yeah, no, it's a real deal. When they have like smaller ones, but they have this big, like real good one.
I planned on not playing because I had a broken hand at the time.
Yeah.
So I got there. 5 minutes in, I got the guy bringing out a lefty set of clubs for me. I'm swinging. I hit one. We each hit one into the ground, bounced up, hit the simulator.
Yeah.
$50,000 simulator.
No, it was worse because like yours was the ball. The ball went straight up, and there's this big like black box on the top that is really expensive. And
I looked up there. $50,000.
And the ball bounced straight up, bang, right at the top. And the guy looks around, and
the owner,
and he's like, all right, no problem. You get one pass. I didn't hit the ball like that.
Your club or something?
The club came right out of my hand, and it shot to the ceiling. And it hit like the ceiling tiles, and like the powder from the ceiling tiles is like dusting down. Now the owner comes over, and he's like, oh, what you hit the bucket with the ball? And we were like, oh yeah,
we're throwing the clubs around. But yeah, but anyway, so Tiger. He's mentally tough. Tiger's mentally tough. You have to be mentally tough to play golf because it's a game, just like they say baseball is a game of failures. Mets win 7-3. They close it out. They got a run nice 7-3. Mets 7 runs, 13 hits. Nats 3 runs, 5 hits. But he's mentally tough. You have to be mentally tough to play golf because you have so many mistakes.
Well, and you saw it around like today. The bunkers that he used to cross, he doesn't reach now. But he's getting it in. The reason he's competing is because he's getting it in the middle of the fairway as opposed to putting it in the woods, 400 yards to the right.
The fact that he's in it is amazing.
But his short, his chipping, and he's putting it right near the holes.
80% of Tiger is a top 10 in the world player. 80% of Tiger is a world top 10 player. He can't hit it as far as he used to. He's not keeping up with he's getting older. He is getting older, right? He's getting older, so he doesn't hit it as far, but he's still putts.
Yeah, but he's the toughest guy in golf. He's the toughest guy in sports.
According to that last call, he's the toughest guy, on the planet. But
might be
toughest guy on the planet. I don't know. I mean, look at some of these hockey players.
No, listen, he's obviously never watched the Special Olympics.
So okay, here. So we got another one for you. Here's another voicemail that somebody left for us. Let's see what we got.
What we got here?
We'll see and find out.
I'm excited.
Yo, Brett. It's Mulligan. Love you, man. Love the show. What a great idea. Glad to see you crushing it. You're a savage. Hey, first off, real men play hockey. NFL players are overrated and overpaid. New York Rangers 2022. This is the year. Yo, I'm running out of time. Question for you. Will the curse of Madden take out Tom Brady and put him back into retirement this year? Or will it ruin Holmes? What do you think?
Okay, so I don't believe in curse of Madden. A curse of anything, even though I'm...
What, are you kidding? Are you serious right now?
I'm not a superstitious
This is
type.
like the guy, you just confirmed curses forever on everybody by being like, I don't believe in curses. Means curses 100% exist. That's all you need to know.
Do I think it's going to ruin... No, because Tom Brady's never been on the Madden? He's never been on the cover of Madden? This is his first time?
I guess so.
Wow. What are they? I can't
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
But no, maybe he has.
Do I think it's going to ruin Tom Brady? No. Do I think Tom Brady's going to win the Super Bowl this year? No. I think they'll be 11-6 or they'll make the playoffs. And I don't think they'll win it again though. The AFC is going to win the Super Bowl.
But nobody thought they were going to do that 2 years ago.
No, some people did.
Nobody was like, Tom Brady's really going to go. They were like, wouldn't it be funny?
He almost won this year. He almost brought them back. They were getting blown out in that game.
I know.
They were getting blown out in that game.
I do think he really in his mind thinks he's going to compete for a Super Bowl. I personally don't see it.
No, here's the thing. One of these years he's going to have to fall off. He's going to have to fall off and be
one of these
get
years,
old. He's going to have to get old.
He retired this year. This is it.
You think this is the last year?
And he didn't get his. He realized at the end, I should have done this is my last year.
Oh, so the farewell tour?
I think that's what this is. And I do think I don't think he's ever playing where he's not competing for a Super Bowl. So I really believe that's happening.
I could see Tom Brady being the kind of person that wants the farewell tour.
I just think with everything else going on in the NFL, it's going to be very difficult.
Gets the gift everywhere he goes. Last time playing here, the team will present him with a car or something.
Yeah, but he does. But he also won't deal with that stuff. He's not going to come out and be like, "Oh, hold on, let me mix up my pregame routine and come out for a rocking chair made of footballs."
I wouldn't be surprised if he does. He's
like Mariano Rivera's rocking chair made of baseball bats.
That's what the Mets gave him, right?
That's what it was, right? The baseball bats he broke?
Yeah.
All bats that he broke.
Wait, that's sitting in a storage locker.
They were like, these aren't really the bats. They were like, just go break some bats. They were like, go get some cheap bats.
Yeah, listen, that's sitting in a storage locker somewhere. It
no
really
way.
is.
That's on eBay.
Let's get to the...
Probably at Ryan's house.
Since the last 3 shows we did NCAA basketball. They had the championship game. They had the final 4. We talked about Coach K last game. Brett, real quick, what are your thoughts on that?
Coach K's last game. See you later.
Carolina. No, give Carolina all the credit in the world. Listen, it's one of the toughest games. It's one of the few times where I think they blew a huge lead. They're gonna look back on it and they're gonna be like, you know what? We were an 8 seed.
Well, they were down early in the final game. They were down, Carolina easy was down. They were down like 9-0 just to start.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be a rout.
It looked like the Villanova game.
No, I was like, this is going to be a rout. And then they were up big at half.
15.
And then
It was the largest comeback ever.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, they were outscored 47-29 in the second half.
In the second half. Now they were those last two possessions. It was tough to watch those last two possessions. I mean, Carolina came down and was taking threes from the logo on the court like they were Steph Curry, and then 3 seconds left, the game's over. All they got to do is get the ball in and get fouled.
Unbelievable.
And the guy steps out of bounds.
Yeah. Right on the
I wish he would have hit that shot because that game would have went to overtime. I mean,
it was a lot of drama. The UNC player was injured. He was like hobbling off the court, and
it was a great game. It was one of the better finals that I've seen. Now there's been some good ones. There's been the Villanova, the last shot, the true buzzer beater to win the championship.
Of course.
You had Villanova, you had the dunk with Valvano with NC State. I mean,
that's the one that we grew up on.
No, the one we grew up on but it wasn't the final.
Watching the
with
highlights
the
of Valvano though is
Well, because he did the Jimmy V Foundation. It's all over ESPN. It's been all over ESPN our whole lives. Yep. Jimmy Valvano, and it seems like he would. Do you remember him as a broadcaster at all?
Yeah,
I do too.
But that's when I watched the most of that.
Yeah, but hey, look, the game. It was a great finale. Now let me ask you this: if you would have asked a Carolina, would they? Or do they think it was a good year because they ruined Coach K? They ruined. I mean, not ruined Coach K. First of all, they ruined his final game at Duke. Yeah, they ruined his final in the Final Four for the first time ever.
Is that a success for them?
Yeah, you think 10, 15 years from now they have a reunion with this team? No. At Carolina. This team gets back together for a reunion, the 2022 team.
They do, but not like they come out and here you go. It's everybody get on out. And no, not like that. No, it's like a reunion at the local bar.
No, I think
it's them and they're like, meet me over at Coach K's Corner, the new bar in town. There's Coach K behind the bar.
Do you think it's like remember the U.S.
And they tell stories about how they beat Coach K.
The U.S. beat Russia, right? In the 80 hockey.
Yeah.
Now, they had to win that next game. That was only the semifinals. Do you think it's ruined because Carolina lost the championship game? I don't think so.
No, I think if the U.S. loses that last game, we're still like we beat the Russians. F.U.
No, I don't think we are. I think they had to win the game. They had to win.
I know the next level you're talking about. You're right about this, but beating the Russians was their goal. Was their goal at that point, and they do know they need to win the next one for that elite status. But I don't think this is even anywhere in near comparison to that. Like this team is going to be just forgotten about since you didn't win the championship.
No, that's my question. I disagree with that. I don't think they're going to be forgotten about because they didn't win the championship. They're going to have this team is going to an all-time Carolina team. Yeah, it's not the Jordan teams, obviously.
No. They're going to be known as like the team who, again, they should have been more than an 8 seed to start. But they're the ones who overachieved, and definitely
that's what
known as that way. But teams that are second place are not remembered that way. They're remembered. Yeah, you're right. On that campus with those students, it'll be remembered. Nobody else cares.
I think there's a lot of Carolina fans out there.
There are, and I'm not going to care.
No, you're not going to care. You didn't care going in.
Right, but I would have cared. Like if Coach K won and Duke won and Carolina won, we'd be talking about this championship team.
Well, I mean, it'd be one of the great Cinderella stories of all time. Because here, real quick, the other 8 seeds.
Yeah,
the other 8 seeds were Memphis. That Memphis wasn't going to win anything. Just to compare of who they were.
Well, tell Penny Hardaway that.
TCU.
All right.
And let's see what the other 8 seed was. Carolina, and it looks like and Providence was an 8 seed.
Yeah, you were all over Providence, so I don't.
I like Providence. I like the coach,
yeah.
But I mean, those are not championship teams. The 8 seeds don't make runs. Villanova, the 85, that's the true Cinderella they call it because it's they were 9 seed, I believe, but 8 or 9.
No, I just put it in my phone. 20 years from now, I'll be at the parade. I got it right here. I'm so ready.
So we want to congratulate Brandon Sapin. I'd like to say some good friend of the show. Great. He seems like a nice guy. I've never met him.
He won
the bracket challenge.
Yep.
He is invited to come. I've spoken to him on Twitter. He's invited to come on the show. We got some gifts for him. We got baseball tickets.
Yep.
If you listen, Brandon, I had told you this, but he's a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. So we have Pittsburgh Pirates tickets for you. You just got to get in touch with us. Get in touch with me on Twitter. We've been talking. So,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Pirates tickets, thank God. Thank God it's not like a team that's going to cost us like a fortune. We don't make enough here. They don't pay us enough, do they? We pay for this, don't we?
They pay us Pirates money. They pay us Pirates tickets money. That's for sure.
Pirates. And like Tuesday afternoon game.
Oh yeah, dude, we didn't. There's no prime time.
You're not getting Pirates Cardinals.
No.
It's going to be Pirates Nationals.
Yeah.
Tuesday afternoon.
Getaway day.
12 o'clock start.
Definitely getaway
12:10
day.
start.
Yeah, but it'll be good seats.
Yeah, I want to go to the Pittsburgh. You know what? I could have went to Pittsburgh. Remember? I didn't go. I didn't go to those games. I sold the tickets.
Yeah.
I got like a portion of my money back for them.
Yeah, so you're probably going to send the NCAA tickets to the guy. Hold on. In Pittsburgh. Send him 2 months ago's NCAA tournament
I
tickets.
sold them. I got rid of them. Beat people. But we got a couple more of these voicemails to go through. Let's get what do we got? Okay, so we got Captain Rogers.
Oh, right.
He's a captain that I work with.
Captains.
Captain Rogers, he's gonna be good. Here we go.
Yeah, just want to say happy birthday to Bob Walters. Good guy. Just let you know, the Mets will come in second division. Braves still taking first. My Yankees probably gonna come in fourth in the division. Cashman didn't do much this offseason, and I believe Toronto's the class of division, followed by Tampa, then Boston's gonna be a shocker. But happy birthday, good show.
So he's
whoa! You hear that? Happy birthday!
Woo! Oh,
How was
you know
it?
what? I didn't get. How was it? It was all right.
Great birthday.
I'm on. I'm more than halfway home at this point. So it's it was a great birthday.
Well, happy birthday,
I got
Bob.
some Carvel. Thank you, and I thank everybody. I didn't put up a thank you on Facebook. You know why? Because I want to listen to the show.
Oh.
So I want to thank everybody right now that wish me a happy birthday on Facebook. The best one I saw out there was Amanda Durla, girl we went to high school with.
Oh yeah,
killed it on her status. Everybody, she said she hates me, but she loves me.
That's great. Yeah. Said. Well, listen, that's exactly and
that's basically was everybody's thing.
Yeah. So, but speaking about what your captain said there. First of all,
he's on Toronto's bandwagon too.
Well, he's a Yankee fan. He's a Yankees in fourth place was the first thing. So I don't believe that. I think actually the Yankees, from watching today, like I said, I think if they're healthy, the Yankees have just as much shot as anybody to win this division. I think their pitching is going to need to hold up, and they're going to have to make some moves towards the deadline. But the other stuff, the Mets being in second, you might be right. Behind the Braves?
Yeah, I mean, the Braves are good. The Braves are still a good team. They're the champions. So, I mean,
yeah.
But I hate the Braves. We hate the Braves. Our generation hates the Braves more than anybody because we grew up during that whole – they didn't win anything as far as World Series. They won the what? One World Series or two World Series, I believe.
Yeah, just 90, yeah.
They get there every year. They were the Bills. They get there every year. They were the Bills of that same generation.
But no matter what, you'd have to face Glavine, Smoltz, single Avery – Glavine, Smoltz, Avery, Maddox.
Was
every time.
About Maddox.
Maddox was, he
was the best one.
Unbelievable.
They had Scherzer. They said he's gonna with like 50 strikeouts this year. He moves from 18th place all time to 12th on the all time strikeout list. He's gonna pass like 9 guys. Smoltz is in there. So here we got another voicemail. This one from some guy. I think he's a police officer in. It says here Atlanta area. So we got somebody down in Atlanta. Oh, he better not be a Braves fan. I don't like him already. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Brett, Bobby, as diehard Mets fans growing up in the 90s, you guys had to deal with diehard Yankee fans and their dynasty in the late 90s with Steinbrenner and company. And as a Yankee fan, there was always the talk from you Met fans that the Yankees would always buy their championships. Let's fast forward it now to where you have an owner that is willing to spend money and potentially buy championships if needed. With that being said, how does that change your view of things where you were once a hater of buying championships to now having a team that potentially can and will buy championships themselves? Nothing's ever guaranteed, but the resources and the money's there now. I would love to hear your view on it.
He sounds like a jerk. He
yeah.
sounds like a real jerk.
No.
That's our buddy Ruda.
All right.
Ruda, thanks
That
for
was
coming.
good. That was good, Mike.
But-
Thanks. No, let me tell you, we were not. Listen. First of all, we all know what it was. It was sheer jealousy. That's not the point. That's not the point. We were never mad at other people spending so much money. We were mad at being poor. Just like everybody. Nobody's mad at other people got money. You're mad, you're poor.
And now that we're rich, we don't like the poor people.
Yup. Sorry.
No, here's the thing real quick. And I told and they all know this. I hate the Yankees. When it comes to the Yankees, I root for plane crashes, okay? I don't like the Yankees. But it's really jealousy, and it's the Yankee fans. And the Yankee fans who don't like the Mets, of course, who like I don't understand. I don't hate the Mets. Here's why you don't hate the Mets. Because the Mets didn't win 4 out of 5 championships. They didn't win one of those championships on Yankee Stadium. And they didn't have to listen to me and Brett take days off in April, tell our bosses we're going to need off September 3rd for the parade, and then have it come true.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're damn right we got no problem buying it this year. Because we got money. When you get money, you end up not like, we'll throw some charity around to make it look good for some tax breaks, but yeah, we got money now. We're okay with it, to answer your question. We're okay with it.
Yeah. What are you supposed to be? That's how it goes. Do you think that you know what? The thing that fans were most upset about in the whole time is that we're the ones who couldn't afford it.
Yeah, we were jealous. And half of our friends, all of our friends,
it wasn't that we were trying to change a culture, but there's 2 teams in New York. It's not just a team in one place to say, oh, there's nobody to compete against. Every time there was a star to come, they go, oh, okay, we're coming. We're going to go to where? The Mets with less money and less of a whole culture they've had developed, or the Yankees with more money and more of a culture.
And
so no matter what,
now.
every time we were trying to get that big agent, to get the big guy and get everything, it would always go towards the Yankees. And so the changing of the culture never happened with the Mets. So that's the thing that was so upsetting to Mets fans, is not having the money, not being able to change the culture, and not being able to get out of the rut without building a farm team and whatever. And obviously our internal guys would keep ruining that every couple of years along the way. And then having a terrible owner forget about money. If we had a good owner that managed the money that they had, because we had decent payrolls along the way.
Pyramid schemes.
They just didn't no, but even then we had good payrolls. They just weren't put together right. We had the wrong guys. We traded the wrong guys at the wrong time. We developed guys and let them go and didn't pay them. Zach Wheeler. We look at Zach Wheeler. You look at guys.
Generation K. The Yankees had the brand new cars, the brand new Cadillacs every year. Okay, the Mets got to get a used Cadillac, 5 years old, once every 5 years, and the transmission goes on it after 3 months.
But now with this, the money starts it.
And they're
but
jealous,
now the culture
Brad.
changed. Now that the money starts it, you're right. But now the culture changed. Other people want to come to a winner. And the coming to a winner is what has changed. And it starts with the money, and you're right. And we're all for it.
We're 2-0. We're 2-0.
This is it. We're usually 1-0, and then we're 1-1, and then we're 1-2.
And then we're 58 and 75.
Yeah.
But no, they're jealous. You know why? Because we know Ruda, and I love you, Ruda, but he's a diehard Yankees fan talking Mets, trying to get us to talk bad about them. That question was a setup. I work in jail. I know what setups look like, Brett. That was a setup.
Yeah.
Our other friend, Ryan Vasey, all over me about, now you don't hear about the exact same thing. Now you don't care. Now you don't care. No, because we got it. It's the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
Listen, just because we're spending more money, they're jealous. They're jealous. And we'll see what happens along the way. I think the Yankees are going to be good.
The Yankees didn't do it today. They had their chance to spend the extra money today. 7 years. How much was it?
Yeah, Judge turned down 7 years, $213 million.
$213. You know what Judge wants? He wants 9 years at over $31 a year. That's what he wants.
You know who could give him that? The Mets. Now,
don't want him
we're just about done here. We want to say thank you to everybody who left messages. Leave messages, more people. We got a special show coming up next week. We'll tell you more about it as the week goes on. Congratulations to the bracket champion, and we'll see you next week, everybody. See ya!
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is
an advert for My Dad Has a Podcast.
They may think themselves the smartest. They are not.
With your hosts, Levi, Finn, and Kit Kat Keyword. You can find us on all good podcast providers.